Hello boys and girls, so here's what you're going to need today. You're going to need your paper that was sent home with you. You're going to need a pencil. Now Miss LaRock draws with a Sharpie because you can't see my pencil lines very well on the paper with the camera. So we're going to pretend this is a nice fancy pencil. Okay? So what we are working on today is making our buildings out of geometric shapes. So geometric shapes, if you remember, we talked about last class. Geometric shapes are shapes that usually have names, like a square or a rectangle, circle, triangle. And we also talked about free-form shapes. Those are shapes that don't really have names because they're not necessarily something that is predictable. So we're going to start by creating our background or our cityscape for our dinosaurs. So a cityscape is a picture of a city. So we need to draw things that you would see in a city. So some things I might see in some cities are some really tall buildings, and we're going to be making our buildings out of geometric shapes. Now, our buildings need to be geometric shapes because if they were free-form shapes, they would fall over. So I'm going to start with one line. I'm going to only go about this high up. I want to save lots of room for my buildings to make them look nice and big. So this is where my street is going to be, and I'm going to start from one end of the paper and go all the way across. This gives me the ground. That's called a horizon line. My horizon line is where the sky and the ground meet. So my buildings will sit on this line. So I'm going to start building my buildings from that line. So I'll show you how I'm going to do it, and you can do it however you'd like to do it. Now I want my buildings to be different sizes. They don't have to be perfect rectangles. I'm going to show you a couple. I'm going to go all the way up. I'm going to go over. And I'm going to come back down to my line to make it a shape. Okay, there's one building. So I might scooch over a little bit. And maybe I want this building to be even taller. So I'm going to go up, higher, over, and back down. Touch that line. I stop when I touch that line. Okay? So maybe I want one that's a little bit wider. So I'm going to go up, over, and back down. So he's a little bit wider. And the more comfortable you get with your buildings, you can actually make them different shapes. I'll show you one that has a different shape to this. So some buildings have different levels. So maybe it goes up, it might go over a little bit and continue to go back up. See how that happens? I'm going to go over. I'm going to come back down. I'm going to stop like right where I see that one. Go over again and back down. Now you can get real creative with ones that have different levels inside. Okay. And I got room for about one more building, and I'll make it another funky building. So I'm going to go up, over, up, over again, up, over. I'm going to go down, over, down, over. Cool. And there are my buildings for my background. But we need to add some more to them, because how do I get into these buildings? Now, using all different kinds of geometric shapes, you can make your doors and your windows. So I might make a rectangular door. Maybe it has something like that. Maybe this one has a tall, skinny door. Maybe this one has a rounded door like that. Maybe this one has, like a sliding automatic door. I would do it like that for an automatic door. And maybe I'll just take it back to just like a normal door like that. And on here too, we have to have windows. So you can make your windows different shapes and different sizes, but they are geometric. So I can do squares, I could do circles, I could do triangle windows if I wanted. So maybe this building has square windows, and we're in a city, so there's going to be a lot. Maybe this one, kind of matching the doors here, has long, skinny windows. Maybe this building has circle windows. Now you can add whatever you would like for your other buildings as well. Maybe some are square, maybe some are rectangular. Depends on what looks good for your buildings. Again, Miss LaRock's artworks never look the same. Oh, that one actually looks like a face. Maybe I have some that go this way. I'm making a pattern. Now, boys and girls, we are not going to color in our background because in that book, in the illustrations, the backgrounds were black and white, and then the dinosaurs were all different colors. So we're going to keep our backgrounds black and white. You're going to trace over your pencil lines once you're comfortable with them with a black marker or a black crayon. So it'll look just like mine if you trace over the same way. Ooh, I'm going to do one of these windows. Oh, that would be really cool. That's a cool looking building. So once you're done with your pencil, trace over with a marker or a crayon or a black colored pencil if that's what you got. Any of those are fine, but it needs to be black. And once you are finished with your pencil and you trace over with a marker, that is all we are doing for today. So you're going to put this in a safe spot, and we will be adding our dinosaurs onto it next week. See you then.